Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers. We have to go inside because Mr. Wike has taken up the front page. So governors Baduru and Dangote, others bid Dantata farewell. Our vision for FCT by Tinubu. Experts, Dangote's initiative will stimulate economic growth and reduce inflationary pressures. Federal government to drive investment with Africans for Africa Fund. NIMET, human lives, buildings, others at risk of extreme weather. And Nigeria urges global finance overhaul to support developing economies. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay.
In the nation.
Go. Okay. So to encourage indigenous investments in the African mineral sector, the federal government is set to launch the Africans for Africa Fund. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, said the fund is designed to mobilize African capital. He spoke with reporters ahead of the 4th Africa Natural Resources and Energy Investment Summit, which is built for July the 15th to 17th with the theme Harnessing Local Content for Sustainable Development is to be held at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. Also represented by the Director General of the Nigerian Mineral Mining Cadastral Office, Simon Nkom. The minister said one of the major highlights of this year's summit will be the formal launch of the Africans for Africa Fund, a bold initiative designed to mobilize African capital for African priorities. This isn't just a slogan, it's a shift in mindset. We're saying clearly the time has come for Africans to invest in Africa, to back our industries, our innovations, our infrastructure with the resources we already have. He said that this is in line with the Renewed Hope agenda and that the summit is about building value where the resources come from. That some of the key areas that they will focus on will include local industrialization, how to turn abundant raw materials into processed products like batteries, fertilizers, solar components, and metals, and energy transition. He said we have to take advantage of our renewables and gas to create energy solutions that actually work for African community solutions that are clean and reliable. This is a great one, yes.
Fantastic.
So I have a partnership between the Nigerian government and the Chinese government. According to this, the Chinese government is doing a partnership with the federal government to establish what is known as an agro-industrial estate. And they have chosen this area of Moshun State for this. The Iragbiji in Borikwe local government area of Moshun State is where this agro-business hub will be situated, and it is proposed for a smart farming industrial estate, which will also enable them to power the entire community. Just for establishing this. So the Aragbiji of Iragbiji, or Barashid Olabomi, was seated, the fourth, Olabomi Odundu the fourth, was seated. The chairman of the China International Business and Development Corporation, CIBDC, Mr. Shang Daniel, was also seated, and they said that the agricultural practice for food production, supply, and consumption is an essential for human life, and so they're looking at doing this. Other people who were there were the president of Nigerian China Investment Club, Dr. Chidi Ulelu. He led the 12-man delegation to Iragbiji to brief the Oba of this initiative. I think it is welcome because we need to, modernize farming. Right. So these are our young people now. Even with modernizing and mechanizing farming, people are not interested. They still consider it dirty work. So they should find a way to, like the president said, make farming sexy.
Yes, restore dignity to
restore dignity.
All right, let me take the story from Dangote. So economists and financial experts in the energy sector are all saying that they are hailing the initiative by Dangote Petroleum of taking the issue of distribution from the marketers. They describe the initiative as game changer for the economy and to propel the economy to greater heights. They also said it's the best that thing has happened in the energy sector in a very long time. The chief executive of financial derivatives, that's Bismarck Rwane, somebody that is well known here in Nigeria, says that the free distribution initiative would actually ease inflationary pressures and stimulate economic growth. He dismissed concerns about the distribution initiative being a monopoly, arguing that inefficiencies in the sector have been long-standing and been systemic for a long time. He added that the scheme would help curb the parasitic role traditionally played by the middlemen. So we can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So now let's try this and even see how effective it is. If we now see an issue in front, we can now review. But for now, let's try something new. And I can't wait for these things to kick off in August, as they've said.
I agree. So I have a story on weather. Now the NIMET, the agency in charge of weather, the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, has issued a warning that human lives, buildings and others are at risk of extreme weather. Now, in the coming days, we can expect extreme weather conditions, and this may result in the displacement of people as well as damage to infrastructure, buildings, farmlands and other properties, according to NIMET. The agency has urged Nigerians to prepare for the extreme weather events and climate variability caused by climate change. And there's so much talk every time, every year, like clockwork, about some of these warnings going out and the damage, but not much talk about...
Say rain, flood. Normal language, extreme weather, they'll still use dictionary.
Yes. So I also want to
rain
spotlight...
is about to fall.
Yes. Another newspaper has actually detailed out, you know, where the issues truly lie and what can be done. Now, according to this paper, it says that the government's role, many Nigerians believe that political leaders have failed in their responsibilities to protect lives and property. They're saying that we remember what happened in Niger, in Mokwa State, and it says the government lacks the political will to implement real solutions, according to environmental planners in Lagos. Then also for us, members of the public, they're saying Nigeria's poor environmental habits, like littering, dumping waste in drainages, ignoring flood warnings, worsen the crisis. Ecological funds that are meant to address environmental disasters remain a sore point. Many people are saying that nobody knows what these ecological funds or where these funds are going to. And then insurance as well. They're saying that Nigeria has over 60 insurance companies that can offer various protections, but very few flood victims benefit. Many people do not even know about insurance when it comes to flooding, and they can't even afford it. So there are many other issues that I mentioned, even community engagement that I mentioned in this particular newspaper article as to what we can really do to tackle this menace of flooding that occurs every year.
It's a natural disaster, and we also need to do our own part
to manage it.
But it's also important to probe these monies that you just showed us.
Ecological funds. Sometimes I diverted.
The states that get it
some states feel as if what's the
flooded
big deal, so they use it for that more important things. Forgetting that
Federation.
if you don't fix it now, it can actually get worse. I think let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.